Good morning and welcome to Manitoba Agriculture Crop Talk webinar. If you have any questions during the presentations today, please type them into the Q&A icon on your Zoom toolbar and we'll get to them at the end of each presentation. This webinar is being recorded and you will receive a link to the recording. Thank you.
Thanks, Lori. I'd like to welcome everybody to July 23rd's edition of Crop Talk. And this week, we're going to continue with our updates from the diversification centers. And this week, we will have MCDC, the Carberry Manitoba Crop Diversification Center. And Hadar is going to be talking a bit about some of the work that they're doing in Carberry. And then we also have Mohammed on that's going to be talking regarding the potato production update in Carberry as well. So we kind of got a large site in Carberry. That site has been there for many years, and they're doing a lot of stuff there. So we'll have some good updates from them. After that, we'll do a bit of a crop update. Things are starting to move along fairly fast. We've been getting some more showers going through, which is good. It's gonna may not help a lot on the height of some of the crops out there now, but it definitely is going to help on filling some of the crop. And as the crop moves along here, we're getting closer and closer to harvest on some of our winter crops. So we'll talk a little bit about that later on here in the on the crop during the crop update. So with that, I will let Hadar take over. And Hadar, if you want to grab the screen, we can start with you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lionel. Just please confirm if you can see my screen there.
Can see it. Yeah, looks good.
Okay, awesome. Well, good morning, everyone. As Lionel mentioned, I'm Haider Abbas. I'm working as Applied Research Specialist with Manitoba Agriculture and provide scientific and technical support to the Manitoba Crop Diversification Center, or MCDC in short. And I want to take this opportunity to thank CropTalk team for providing me the chance to talk about MCDC and also our upcoming field day. So there are four crop diversification centers in the province. You might have been following up other three diversification centers in the previous crop talks. So MCDC is one of them. PCDF, PISA, and VEDO, located in other part of the province, are other sister organizations. And our support comes from Agriculture Sustainability Initiative, which is provided by Manitoba, and Sustainable Canadian Agriculture Partnership, or SCAP in short. So all four diversification centers are strategically located in different parts of the province just to make sure we capture the research and capture the demand of producers in different part of the province as it comes to agronomic recommendations and also nutrient management and other variety evaluation parts too. I will come to that in a minute, what part of the farm area we are exploring at diversification centers, or MCDC more particularly. So today's focus is mostly on MCDC, and MPEC will come after, which is a potato research organization. For MCDC, the structure is it's led by boards of local producers and industry. They all work together to put together this research that is being displayed at field day, and also an annual report is prepared for producers after. The center is staffed by Manitoba Agriculture and Diversification Center itself. So Applied Research Specialist, which is me, is hired by Manitoba Agriculture, and a STEP student also through Manitoba Agriculture, which is a 4 month position. Applied Research Technician, a field assistant, and couple DCs summer students are hired through the Diversification Center. We conduct small plot research and also take it to the field scale after, and we perform knowledge transfer and extension after. Just to give a bit overview on the board, I just talked about board in the first bullet. So KPPA general manager is the board chair for Manitoba Crop Diversification Center. KPPA stands for Keystone Potato Producers Association. With that, we have two industry partners here, McCain Foods Canada and Simplot Canada, and there are four local producers who are potato and grain producers, a mix of producers there. So that constitutes the MCDC board at Carberry. Um, just a huge thanks to the staff who is working this year, put together everything here that you will experience on our annual field day. I will get to that in a minute. So we have this staff working with us, including myself, applied research technician, one field assistant, and three summer students working together. A bit light on the MCDC infrastructure. What do we have here? We have two research sites. One is clay loam, where most of the crop diversification operations are performed, and a sandy loam soil land where mostly potato research is done, and some cover crop work is also done there. For irrigation side, we have linear move irrigation system and also center pivot irrigation system available on both sides. Small plot seeding, tillage, spray, and harvest equipment available for small plot research and also field scale in some cases. We have on-site weather station available, which provides the weather data very accurately as it goes on the available, which are mostly used for extension purposes and also for industry meetings. Just a bit overview of the research program for this year. We are conducting total number of projects are 48, and this is on the crop diversification side only. The MPEC side, which Mohammed Al-Shari is leading. He will provide their own number of projects and number of plots, but this is on the crop diversification side. In 2025-26, we have 48 projects, number of seeded plots, 3,266. And the crops that we are studying this year are wheat, barley, canola, soybeans, flax, sunflowers, and mustard. Pulses side, peas, soybeans, lupins, dry beans, and I put soybeans in both categories because they are mostly fit in uh, both sides way.
Excuse me, Hader. Hader, can I just interrupt for one moment, sir?
Mhm.
Your audio is kicking in and out. Can I get you to close any other programs you have open, like your Outlook and Teams? You can actually turn those two off. That might help.
Sure, I can try just a quick second.
Yeah, just sorry. We're starting to lose a little more audio, and I don't want it to lose good information. Just ensure you keep your presentation and your Zoom open.
Is this a little better, Laurie?
Okay, let's try that. Let's go forward. Sure. Sounds
Okay,
good.
sure.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I will go over on this slide again. Sorry for that interruption. But please stop me if it happens again. So we have 48 projects going on this year for crop diversification program. We seeded 3,266 plots this year. For cereal side, we are conducting trials on wheat, barley, oats, fall rye, and winter wheat. On the oil seed category, we are working on canola, soybean, flax, sunflowers, and mustard. And on the pulses front, we are working on field peas, soybean, lupins, dry beans, and some special crops where we are working on hemp, quinoa, buckwheat, corn, forages, teff, hops, intercropping, and potato trial. These are some categories or core research areas MCDC is exploring currently. We are working in the space of soil productivity, fertility, and health with some subcategories, including soil health enhancement and also rotations for potatoes and other crops. Disease and pest management. This is done by sustainably adapt to emerging pest risk and monitoring and testing for decision making. For the irrigation and water management side, we are exploring efficient use of water available for irrigation and also the impact of irrigation on protein contents. For example, when it comes to soybean, we are testing how protein contents are reacting to irrigation versus non-irrigation conditions. Variety development and evaluation, and most particularly variety evaluation, is a huge part of this program where we are evaluating different types of varieties which are new to the province or Canada, and also some variety traits evaluation to make sure they are fitting in this part of the province. For precision agriculture side, this is more like an overarching to all other priority areas, but in plots, sensors, drone technology, RTX are a few of those things we are working on. Soil moisture sensors, temperature sensors, and also weather stations enhancement is part of that too. These are some research partners. We cannot do this research without their support, without their help. So these are some research partners that have been part of MCDC. And you might have noticed here that other diversification centers logos are also here. So there are certain trials that we are conducting at each diversification center, for example, at PCDF, PISA, and VEDO, so that we can see how they are fitting into different climatic zones of the province. So huge thanks to all these industry partners and also the supporters for making this research happening. Knowledge transfer and extension is a huge part of the MCDC program where we conduct multiple extension events, and one of them I'm gonna highlight today, which is upcoming field day. But last year we had an annual field day on August 7th, and we got 174 participants. Huge thanks to the industry and participants. We also have a potato scout school had in 2024. We also welcome Assiniboine College and other academic institutions in the province, including University of Manitoba, Brandon University, to visit the site to show to students first-hand research experience so that they can understand what they read in the classroom, how it's reflecting on the field level, and how basic research is different than applied research. So that's one of the huge win on our side, that we have more than 100 students every year on site just for showcasing the research we are conducting. We also become part of Assiniboine College Student Networking Day, or in other words, Career Day. And that's where we get most of our students working with us at MCDC. So now the actual part of this presentation is invitation to all industry members, agronomists, agriculture enthusiasts, and everyone who is interested in knowing about more agriculture, exploring their career in agriculture. If you are a student and thinking about what part of the agriculture you are interested in, this would be a best day for all Manitobans who are looking for agriculture side here. So we have our annual field day on August 6th. That is happening from 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. But I will come to the agenda more in detail in next couple slides. This flyer captures everything. I know it's a very the words are pretty tiny here, so I will just cut off one of the focused area on the MCDC side, and Mohammed will focus on the potato research side. But this is the flyer where we showcase everything what you will be able to see. So program starts at 9:30, which is registration and coffee at MCDC on site. From 10 a.m. to noon, we have crop diversification program going on. And then after lunch, we will move to the off-site, and we will be wrapping up at 3 p.m. We are located at the corner of highway number 1 and 5, and in all promotion and also in the field day flyer, we have the pins for the Google Maps as well. But it's pretty conveniently located at the corner of highway number and 5 and easily locatable. So on the field day side for crop diversification program, just mentioned at the start of the program on August 6th again, 9:30, with registration and coffee on the on-site. And we thanks to Simplot Canada for sponsoring that portion. Opening remarks would start with Susan Ainsworth, which is MCDC board chair. And then we will dive into the program that starts at 10:15, right from the keynote speaker, which is again Susan Ainsworth, closing the loop on the circular economy in crop production. And I will provide a little bit more detail about each topic in the next couple slides, but just an overview of the entire program here. Getting the most from the winter wheat, ideal seeding rates. Alex Griffiths from Ducks Unlimited Canada will provide some overview of that trial. From field to farmer, how McVet data feeds into the seed Manitoba, how many plots McVet conducts every year, and how many at MCDC. That's something Sonia Wilson gonna give a overview on that. This would be very interesting talk. Biostimulants in soybean. If we apply, do they deliver some results? So Baljit Singh from Ascendwin College will provide a bit overview on that. And there'll be a team tagging between Morgan Court from Manitoba Crop Alliance and again Sonia Wilson from Manitoba Agriculture to talk about value of seed treatment in flax. Is it worth it? So free lunch starts at noon and that is sponsored by McCain Foods Canada. I will start the program with some introduction and some remarks for and welcoming remarks for everyone. So you will see me maybe entire program, but I would be mostly focused on crop diversification and potato rotational option there. So I'm one of the speaker at Field Day. Keynote speaker is Susan Ainsworth and talking about closing the loop in circular economy in crop production. And Susan has been working as the general manager for the Keystone Potato Producer Association since 2023. With nearly 3 decades of experience in Manitoba's potato industry, Susan continues to provide strategic leadership and build strong relationships across the sector. Her career spans across retail, government, post-secondary education, industry, and on-farm operations, giving her a deep understanding of the agriculture value chain. In this session, which is closing the loop, she will explore practical strategies for reducing waste, reusing resources, and integrating sustainability into crop production system with a focus on how Manitoba's potato industry can lead the way in building a circular climate smart agriculture future. So, reducing the waste on the farm and how we can make waste zero and make it actually workable for the farm. It's going to be very interesting talk. Our second speaker would be Alex Griffith, agrologist from Ducks Unlimited Canada, talking about getting the most from winter wheat and talking about the ideal seeding rates. If we are going for winter wheat, what should be the ideal seeding rate? This is a research being conducted at MCDC and other diversification center. So Alex has spent over 5 years supporting producers through winter wheat and perennial forage programming and research across Manitoba with Ducks Unlimited Canada. Alex grew up on a cow-calf farm just south of Riding Mountain National Park, which sparked his early passion for agriculture. Alex holds a degree in agronomy with a minor in soil science from the University of Manitoba. His work focuses on sustainable land use, producer engagement, and maximizing crop performance through practical research backed strategy. In this talk, Alex will share insights from field research to help farmers optimize seeding rates for better yields, standard establishment, and also the profitability in winter wheat, which is the most important part of the farming profitability. Our third speaker is Sonia Wilson, oilseed specialist with Manitoba Agriculture, and Sonia would be talking about from field to farmer, how McVet field data is fed into the Seed Manitoba Guide. With deep understanding and farming roots on both sides of her family, Sonia Wilson has always been passionate about agriculture. She earned her undergraduate degree in plant biotechnology from the University of Manitoba and went to work on research exploring canola's tolerance to excess moisture stress. And Sonia has experience in both research and industry side, including her role as research manager with the Manitoba Canola Growers Association. In January 2025, she stepped into her current role as oilseed specialist with Manitoba Agriculture, where she supports and advances Manitoba's vital oilseeds sector. At the MCDC Field Day, she will discuss how McQuet variety trials results are translated into real-world recommendations, helping producers make data-driven seed decisions tailored to their regions. So Seed Manitoba Guide is one of those things that most of the producers have on their farm, make a decision for the coming year. So this is something Sonia gonna talk about majorly. Our fourth speaker of the day on the crop diversification side is Dr. Baljit Singh, a research professor at Assiniboine College. Um, Baljit would be talking about biostimulants in soybean. Do they deliver results? This trial is being conducted at all four diversification center, and Baljit would be talking about majorly how they are performing here. Baljit has an extensive experience in academic research and consulting roles, and Dr. Singh has worked on both national and international projects related to soil fertility, pest management, uh, pesticide science, and environmental chemistry. At the MCDC Field Day, he will share research findings from agronomic trials exploring the effectiveness of biostimulants in soybean, offering science-based insights into their potential benefits for prairie growers. This project is being conducted in collaboration with the Cinnabon College and also Manitoba Pulse and Soybean growers. Our last talk of the day before lunch is with Morgan Cott, Agronomy Extension Specialist with Manitoba Crop Alliance. Uh, Morgan and Sonia will be doing a team tag on this particular project, talking about value of seed treatment in flax. Is it worth it? Morgan Cott works with Manitoba Crop Alliance, where she focuses on providing research-based agronomic support and outreach to enhance seed productivity and sustainability of crops such as flax, sunflowers, and corn across the province. She brings extensive experience in agronomy and extension, and having worked closely with producers, researchers, and industry partners to promote best management practices and improve crop outcomes. At the MCDC Field Day, Morgan will co-present with Sonia Wilson, oilseed specialist with Manitoba Agriculture, to share recent research and field insights on flax seed treatments, evaluating their effectiveness in improving plant stand, enhancing disease protection, and boosting overall crop performance. With that, our morning part of the program will wrap up and we will go for lunch at noon. But just wanted to acknowledge here that these are only those 5 trials we are working out of those 48 trials I mentioned in the beginning of the program or the crop talk. So you're welcome to look other trials too. If you have any question, I can walk through all trials and give you information about that too. And they also become part of the annual field report. So looking them in the field will be very interesting to see how they are translated into the field report after. So highly recommended to look other trials. And if you are available after the event or in the afternoon, this I would be there for touring around for the program, other trials as well for this program. For the research reporting, I just mentioned about the annual report. That's one of the publication that comes out of the Manitoba Crop Diversification Center. Another report where we contribute extensively is the Seed Manitoba Guide, just like talked about. Sonia Wilson put together with other team members into that report. So this is one of those things we'll be talking about at Field Day, but these are the publications that become part of MCDC's portfolio. I just want to take this opportunity to talk about other field day and extension event happening at 2025. Annual field day is the biggest one that's happening on August 6th. We also had a CMBTC, Canadian Malt Barley Trade Center, and MCA Manitoba Crop Alliance joint field day in beginning of July at MCDC. So that was one of the events that has executed already. Research update meetings with producers happening time to time. So if you follow our X or formerly Twitter account, you will see those news time to time there. Academic tours, just talked about AC and UM tours coming to Manitoba Crop Diversification Center. On the virtual extension front, we are making some knowledge transfer videos time to time. They are available at the MCDC's YouTube channel, X Post, formerly Twitter. Diversification Center's website is also one of those things where most of the information is available. Other industry events where MCDC has representation, Manitoba Agronomist Conference, Manitoba Ag Days, Manitoba Potato Production Days, and Crop Connect Conference. Publications mention about the annual research report and newsletters every month for the newsletter, but annual report is every year. So these are the research updates where most of the updates from the center available. mbdiversificationcenters.ca is the website. We have a Twitter handle or X handle at Crop Centers, and also Manitoba Crop Diversification Centers YouTube channel available there. I would stick around to the end of the session. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. And again, wanted to take this opportunity to invite you all for this free event on August 6th for MCDC and MPEC Joint Field Day. And now I will turn it over to Mohammed Al-Shatehi, the agronomist and scientist with Manitoba Horticulture Productive Enhancement Center.
Okay, Mohammed, you can unmute yourself and share your screen.
Thank you, Haider.
Looks
Good
great.
morning.
Yep,
Yeah.
looks in, I can hear you. Yep, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. First, I would like to thank the CropTalk team for the invitation. I'm glad to share an overview of the ongoing potato research trials at MBAC. First, as Haider mentioned, my name is Mohammed Ishtahi. I'm working as applied research scientist and agronomist at MBAC, which is Manitoba Horticulture Productivity Enhancement Center. And the MBAC is a non-profit organization run by industry stakeholders such as Keystone Potato Producers Association, Simplot Canada, and McKean Foods. And our aim at MBAC is to improve sustainability, productivity, and disease management in Manitoba's potato systems. So I will go through some of our key projects and last year findings. So we start with the nitrogen optimization trial using Russet Burbank variety to evaluate different fertilizer types and timings. We use different nitrogen fertilizers such as urea, ammonium sulfate, E-Syn, and Super U, applied as pre-plant, top dress, or fertigation treatments. We also include this year monosilicic acid, which is reported to support stronger plant structure and may improve nitrogen efficiency. So our 2024 data shows that E-Syn and Super U gave the highest yields and improved nitrogen retention during critical growth stages. However, some nitrate leaching occurred with Super U under certain conditions, especially last year with the too much rain that happened. So bitumen and soil nitrate testing at different growth stages last year helped us to confirm that nitrogen needs and were highest during bulking, while bitumen nitrate concentrations at row closure were good predictors of plant health. So based on last year data, we concluded that strategic nitrogen timing combined with balanced sulfur and potassium fertilizers is key to achieving both yield and quality. Of course, for more details about last year data, you can visit our website, MBAC website, mbpotatoresearch.ca, to find all reports from last year. Our next trial is potassium and disease management in Ranger Russet variety. We investigate different potassium fertilizer rates in Ranger Russet variety, which is a key variety for French fry processing. It is reported that high potassium rates improve processing quality, reducing browsing, and reduce disease incidence, especially early blight disease, which is more severe in sandy soils. So we start this trial this year um, and in 2025, and we test potassium chloride, potassium sulfate, potassium salicate, and monosilicic acid, and we hope to see good results, especially with both specific gravity and early blight susceptibility. Specific gravity measures the density of potato compared to water, so it is indirect indicator of dry matter or starch content. So higher specific gravity means higher dry matter or starch. Lower specific gravity means higher water content. So higher specific gravity is needed with processing potato to make crispier fries or chips, and lower specific gravity is giving greasy dark fries. So the best specific gravity values for processing potatoes will be between 1.080 to 1.095. So for fresh market or table use potatoes that we use for boiling, the best specific gravity will be 1.060 to 1.075. And the most famous varieties for processing potatoes will be Russet Burbank, Ranger Russet, and even this year, a lot of farmers and growers start to use Dakota Russet variety, and we have also trial about it. And for fresh market, there are a lot of varieties also like Cannabic, Yukon Gold, Red Nordland, but at MBAC we focus more on processing potatoes. Next trial is leaf spot trial. So this trial is conducted last year and this year in two locations, Carberry and Winkler. And we collaborate with Dr. Tracy Shinners, the Vice President of Research, Quality, and Sustainability at the peak of the market. So in this trial, we want to identify uh, like sustainable and suitable and effective fungicide management strategies to control leaf lesion complex and determine the pathogens responsible for leaf lesion complex in Manitoba and gain more knowledge about the current fungicide susceptibility against those pathogens, especially Alternaria species and the most common pathogens of Alternaria solani and Alternaria alternata, and also Botrytis cinerea. So as I mentioned, this is the second year we are doing this trial at MBAC offsite, and all treatments, uh, except of course the two control treatments, 1 and 2, received the nematicide vellum rice, which is known to be effective against soil-borne pathogens, and Minuit, which is a biological fungicide containing Bacillus subtilis, so it's working through antagonistic microbial activity. And the treatments include a combination of different fungicides, contact fungicides like Manzate, Bravo, which provide broad spectrum protective and preventive controls, but require frequent applications. Systemic fungicides like Veltima, Proline Gold, Mervis Dew, Lunati, which again provides a broad spectrum curative and residual activity. And last thing is specialized fungicides like Scala and Cercadis, which target specific diseases. So they are narrow spectrum and target specific diseases like botrytis, gray mold, early blight, and black dot. So in our 2024 reports, we found that treatment 3, which used narrow spectrum fungicides like Scala and Cercadis at row closure and the early bulking stages, gives the highest significant yields and, of course, got control to the disease. And treatment 10, was the second best one, and it used the systemic fungicides with Borreline Gold at row closure stage, Miravis-Dew at early bulk stage, and Lunati at late bulk. The next slide, it is about the cover crop trial terminated by different methods, along with studying the effect of nitrogen reduction rates. So to reduce synthetic nitrogen input, we test fall-seeded cover crops, hairy vetch, triticale, and 4-rye terminated with either glyphosate herbicide or tillage, and followed by different nitrogen rates. In this trial, we try to explore ecological benefits from nature-based management practices to build sustainable and resilient potato systems. And this is the first year we conduct this trial. In this trial, barley nurse cropping trial, this is the second year we conduct this trial. We test barley nurse cropping to protect potato plants from sand blasting and black dot infections caused by Colletotrichum cucutus. So we plant barley seeds at the time when we do the potato hilling to see its effect on the soil and to reduce the sandblasting and, as I mentioned, to reduce the incidence of black dot. Last year data showed that although yield was similar across different treatments, but nurse barley crop significantly reduced tuber sugars and the black dot incidence, especially when terminated at the right time. So this trial demonstrates how cultural practices like nurse cropping can complement chemical and biological controls. And this year we expand our research in this trial, like we take soil samples to test why this sugar content happens. It happened, maybe it is just one-time result, we will not see it again, or this barley nurse cropping is doing something in the soil, so it reduces the sugar content in tubers. So we are trying to figure out if this result will stand again this year or not. Next trial is row direction trial. So in this trial, we wanted to know if row orientation can impact potato yield and soil temperature, and which row direction ensures the uniform resource distribution. So in 2024 data, we found that the north-south direction and northeast-southwest rows supported faster canopy closure, and but we didn't see a significant statistical difference in yield at the end. But we found that east-west rows led to significant temperature difference between the two sides of the hills that may negatively affect tuber development. But we didn't see significant difference in the yield. We found like two values high, two values low. So when I did statistics, I couldn't find any significant differences. But I saw like faster row closure at north-south and northeast-southwest rows, but this was not reflected at the end on the harvested potatoes. So we are repeating this year the same trial, but only with Russet Burbank. Last year we did this trial with 3 varieties: Ranger Russet, Russet Burbank, and New Mitella. But this year we are doing it with Russet Burbank only. Also, we are doing a new trial with Dakota Russet variety. We test different seed spacing and biostimulants or fertilizers to reduce greening and enhance quality. Although Dakota has good processing characteristics, but it is prone to greening. The way their roots are growing, it is pushing the tubers above the soil. So this makes tubers subject to the sunlight. So this will make greening for the potatoes. So growers cannot sell these potatoes. So we are trying to try different things. Like we are trying here to use different seed spacing to make potatoes and plant is close to each other, so this can make more shading and reduce the greening. And we also spray different fertilizers or compounds like UAN, potassium sulfate, potassium silicate, monosilicic acid, to see if they can support the growth of the vegetative growth of the tubers, or um, improve the root system in the plant, so we can see a reduction in the greening. In the beginning, also, we wanted to test different seed depths, but we couldn't. We didn't have suitable equipment at the site to do that. Hopefully, we can find a way to do it next year, or we can do it in one of the grower fields. And we hope that to find the best agronomic practices to reduce the marketable greening defects. We also conduct research trials at grower fields, like the biofumigation trial, where we use mustard that is known to produce glucosinolates, which is then broken down into isocyanates. Then by plant enzymes like myrosinase, and this will reduce the verticillium population in the soil. So the main idea, the year before planting potatoes, growers are putting mustard on their fields. Sometimes they put it one time, sometimes two times, in spring and fall, to reduce the verticillium population. So when they plant potatoes in the following year, they can find reduction and in the verticillium population, of course, in the soil, and reduction in any defects caused by this pathogen in their tubers. So we collect soil samples before mustard planting and after mustard planting, and we go to the grower fields to make the control zones, remove mustard from control zones to compare it with other plots. We also collaborate with the University of Manitoba, Dr. Mario Tanota, to count the verticillium on plates and by PCR, and we are waiting for his team to provide us with the last year data. Also, we have another project on on the grower fields. Last year we had 2 fields on that project, and this year we have only one field. So in this project, we test elemental sulfur fertilizer against conventional ones like ammonium sulfate. Elemental sulfur needs microbial oxidation to form sulfate, so plants can use it. So it has slow release and provide long-term supply, and its effect needs, it is not direct effect, so it needs 1 or 2 years to see its effect on the soil. So the 2024 data in the 2 fields showed significant increase in sulfur content in the soil, especially in field C. And as I mentioned, for more details, please visit our website for the whole set of data and for the complete report. So at the end, I would like to thank Impact Board, staff members, growers, funding partners for their support. And yeah, I look forward to any questions. Thank you.
Okay, there's been a couple questions, guys, and what I'll do is I'll maybe just start with Hader regarding the flax trials on site. Did you use different seed treatments there?
Yes, so we have 2 different types of flax seed here. One is brown flax, one is yellow flax. So we are testing 4 different treatments there. So they have been repeated on both side of the brown and yellow flax. So there are 4 treatments there, and this is the second year of the trial. So there will be some information about how it worked in the last year. So yeah, there's different sets of treatments there.
Okay, and the other one was, can you explain what biostimulants are?
So biostimulants are mostly, let's say, equivalent to the fertilizers. So biostimulant in the field, it's as its name is reflecting that it's a bio side of the stimulating the plants or enhancing the growth of the plants on the bio side. So it means no chemical is involved, and different types of bioproducts are used um, for making those plants. When it comes to soybean, for example, for this project, to test its efficiency on different soybean plants as it relates to protein yield and other data points. Plant sustainability, taking its moisture, how best it takes the moisture. So mostly the quality traits when it comes to yield and marketable yield, the quality, and also protein level side. So there are um, six different products that Cinnamon College is testing on them, and that would be more explained what products they are using. They bring their products themselves, and they are applied after the seeding process. So this is something would be mostly explained by Cinnamon College, but there are bioproducts that are used, not particularly replacement with fertilizer, because we do not apply nitrogen to soybeans, but it helps in nitrogen fixation. It helps in boosting protein levels, and also the water intakes in the plant. So that's mostly about biostimulants there.
Okay.
Also, I just want to add on this part because also I mentioned biostimulants in one of my trials. So, like what I meant by biostimulants, they are the products applied to plants or soils, like to stimulate plant defense or natural metabolism inside plants, like monosilicic acids that we are using this year. So our goal is that this product will increase crop yield and quality by improving the plant defense, improving the cell walls of the plants. So we are not using fertilizers that will provide essential components like nitrogen or sulfur or potassium. It is compounds that will work on the other the system of the plants, like plant defense, like cell walls, like plant metabolism.
Okay. Mohammed, this one is for you. I guess it's regarding your, are you looking at other crops besides barley in your row plantings?
Yes, like this year I wanted, because last year we used only barley. This year I wanted to use persimmon clover, and I got the seeds in the winter. I bought them, then I wanted to use it with barley to see its effect on the nitrogen content in the soil, but they didn't grow. So I canceled this part, unfortunately. So yes, I'm looking for other options, but it needs to be sustainable, and I need something I can terminate, because we need to terminate this nursery crop so it will not compete with potatoes later. So we can easily terminate barley. Cover crop, it was difficult, but I was trying to see if it could be terminated or not. And yes, I'm looking for other options. So if any of you is suggesting anything, I would be happy to collaborate on this.
Okay, that's good information. I know a lot of cover crop work is being done by different organizations. So I was just wondering if there was other crops you were looking at. So sounds like you guys got a pretty good day coming up there on the 6th, I think it is, right,
Yeah.
Hader?
Yeah.
Yeah.
August 6th, yes.
Yeah. So I encourage people to make their way to Carberry and tour through all the different plots that are there and get some really good information. So thanks again, guys, for coming on today and talking about your site.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for the opportunity.
Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll go into a little bit of an update before we end the day today. And I guess what we're looking at winter wheat and fall rye. We're getting some of that crop is turning already with probably we did some talking with some guys and over the last week or so here, and guys are thinking fall rye might be looking at doing something in the next couple weeks. I guess it's going to be weather dependent. If it stays warm and hot and dry, probably in a couple weeks. If we keep getting some rainfall, things will hold on. And then for winter wheat, we're probably looking at about 3 weeks. Yeah, this is a winter wheat field I took pictures of yesterday on the left-hand side, and you can see it's just starting to turn, and kernels are in the soft dough stage right now, so it's going to take a good couple weeks before that'll be ready. Probably the 3 week time period before that's ready. So harvest is close, but still a little ways away. Regarding the spring wheat, in most areas, we're in the head fill stage. Be starting disease surveys in about a week's time. You look at the heads there, kernels are just about filled on the head. You can see in this picture on the right hand side here where, another day or so, we'll see those kernels filled the blooms, and that's the bottom part of the head. So you probably have, if you were in the center part, those would be probably more developed and farther along. When you look at the condition of the wheat crop, we're sitting at probably about, the majority of the crop is in good shape. We have some, and especially the eastern side of the province, where they're reporting 40% in excellent condition. We don't have much that's in the fair to poor. Some of those fields will be in pockets where we maybe haven't got the rainfall, or maybe we're sowing a little bit later. But in general, we're looking for probably about an average crop right now across most of the region. When you're looking at barley and oats, we range from head emergence to grain fill stage. These are usually probably more of the barley that's in the head emergence stage in some fields, but most majority of the fields are heading. And I did notice some whiter type kernels in oats. That could be because of a couple things, probably because of some of the heat we were seeing. We got some blasting of the kernels, or maybe the drought stress was doing it. But anyway, some of those kernels definitely aren't going to be filling. But in general, the crop looks to be average, and recent rains are definitely going to help it fill. Lori, if I see, is there a question?
Let me have a quick look. Yes, fall rye swath in Treeherne area. More a comment there.
Oh, okay, good. Well, so the fall rye is swath that, probably is going to need, depending on the weather, is going to need a few days to dry down. So, but yeah, I had a comment the other day too. Some guys are starting to look at putting up fall rye silage already. So it's to the stage where it's getting pretty close to being ready to be taken off. When you look at field peas, most are completed flowering. You see just the odd flower in fields now. We're seeing lots of pods, and in some areas, pods are starting to fill. As you can see on the right-hand side, the peas are starting to fill up fairly nicely. And again, the rain we've been getting is going to help them finish off well. Fields I was in yesterday, not finding a lot of disease. Plan is for next week to, if we can, to get Dennis Lang on, and Dennis is going to maybe talk us through how a lot of the pulse crops are doing, and maybe we'll talk about some more disease issues if there's some showing up then. Soybeans, early seeded soybeans are in the R1 to R2 stage. And when you look on the right-hand side there, I put the picture up from the pulse growers, and it's basically showing if we're going to get where we are, if we're in the R3, the R4 stage, where you have where the pods are located and how long the pod should be before you're in that stage. So if you're in R3, pods are a 1/4 inch long at one of the uppermost nodes. When you look at the picture on the left-hand side, those are pods that are in the lower part of the plant. So that's why you'd be in your R1 to R2 stage. So just we're going to move through stages fairly quick here. So probably a lot of the soybeans in about a week's time or beginning of next week will be in that R3 to R4 stage. Canola, and we've talked about this several times where we've said canola was seeded over a wide range of time this year. And because of that, we have a lot of different staging. But in general, most of the canola fields are in either full flower, and some of the early ones are starting to go out of flower. Lots of fields are starting to show pod development, as you can see on the right-hand side. And in general, the crop is looking probably about average. I think out of all the crops planted this year, canola is probably going to be one where it's not going to be consistent from front to back. According to planting, we're going to have some decent crops, and we're going to have some crops that maybe aren't going to do as well, and then we're going to have some crops that do really well. I think it's going to be just like the seeding. We're going to have a wide range of development and yields. Regarding the crop scouting panel, we didn't get a lot of questions in this week, so I think we're going to save any questions we might have till next week. Another couple reminders regarding tours. MCDC we had on today, and their tour is August 6th. PCDF will be on next week, and they'll be talking about their site, and their tour is on August the 5th. Contact information for the different diversification centers. So if you're thinking of attending, I didn't ask Hader if they would prefer people to contact them if they're coming, or if just show up is fine.
RSVP is preferable, but showing up is fine too.
Great, thanks. Here's the crop extension specialist for the province. So if you got any questions, things happening out in your field, probably in the next couple of weeks here, we're going to start doing quite a few surveys, whether it's disease surveys, whether it's going to be on soybeans or spring wheat, and then we'll fall into canola after that. So we'll be out scouting a lot of fields over the next little while. So if you want somebody to stop at your field, whether you've got something to look at, give any one of these people a call, and if they're in the area that day, they definitely could stop by and take a look at your field for you. Our forage and livestock team, probably getting a lot of questions lately regarding feed and the feed situation, pasture, water quality. So if you got any questions regarding managing your livestock herd as we get later in the season here, as well as extending our feed, making sure we have good feed for the winter, give these people a call. I put this one on last week. It's if you're experiencing dry conditions, there's a few things to look at, kind of a 5-step process to go through. And definitely take a look at this if you're looking at tight feed situations, things you could do to alleviate some of the problems. Again, things you should do immediately, short term, long term. There's the website, beefresearch.ca, if you want to go to there and get more information. But again, contact your livestock and forage people. They can help you walk through this process and make sure that you're planning according to the amount of head you need, how much feed you need, what kind of supplemental feeding you can do, whether it be distiller's grain, whether it be straw, anything you can incorporate into your ration for feeding for the winter. There's the locations of the MASC offices in the province and their numbers. We're getting closer and closer to harvest, so we'll be definitely looking at our fields a lot closer now. So if you see any problems or see any things going on in your field, that you think might be an insurance issue, definitely give them a call. And my information and Lori's information. If you've got questions, you've got things you might like to see on CropTalk, join us next week, July the 30th. That'll be our next edition of CropTalk. And thanks, Mohammed and Haider, for presenting today. A lot of good information, and hopefully people plan to make your tours.
Thank you.